2018, and tickets are available now. Go to bbc.co.uk/Pudsey for all the info.
Mark, punk. Can I mention the word punk? Were you a bit of a back in the day?
What about punk? How do you know that?
Listen, we know everything on the one show. You see, I was searching some of the best in the country. So were you into that whole punk thing?
Yeah, I mean, I was, 14 in '77. It kind of came along and it just blew everything else out of the water. I mean, at 14, you're looking for something that's a little bit dangerous and different, and that was it. I mean, before then, I'd had guys...
What were the bands you were listening to at the time, though? Because I remember...
It was all Northern Soul. Everyone was into Northern Soul, which was fantastic. But
and what was the name of your band?
Well, I was in two bands. I was in one called Private Party, where we very cleverly thought if we put Private Party up there, no one would come.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Electric Hoax or something like that. I can't even remember anymore.
Okay.
We had loads of Toxoid was another one.
Oh,
I remember being in a band called Plus Support, and it just looked like we were constantly working because we was on every poster. But anyway, Kingsman. Kingsman, The Golden Circle, out next Wednesday. I've got to say, mate, you sing beautifully, but you haven't sung on screen for about 20 years. Is that
What's
right?
that? What, sung?
Sung on
No, I never sing.
No, but about 20 years ago was the last time. So why have you not sung since?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got a great voice. I mean, you know.
When we watched the movie, John Denver. We don't want to give obviously the storyline away.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely touching moment.
I just stood with my feet apart. I belted it out. They always said if you can't sing brilliantly, just sell it well. No, that's what.
Well, you sold this one. But did you have a kind of disturbing audition experience years ago that put you off singing for quite a while?
I did, for Budgie.
Adam Faith.
Yeah. I went up for that musical. God, you know everything, don't you?
Yeah. I know.
And I had to do a song, and I went in and I did my piece. I think I can't even remember what I sung now, but I do remember at the end of it, there was this silence, and they looked at me and they went, "Could you do it again and just do it without moving your eyebrows?" Because I'd sung the whole thing like that with my, concentrating. Yeah.
How did the second time go?
Huh?
How did the second one go?
What do you mean?
When you sang it again, or were you just too much?
No, then I kept my eyebrows still, and then there was a silence at the end of the second one, and I went, just do some scales. And I didn't get the job.
Let's move on to the movie, Happier Memories. This movie's a sequel, obviously, of the Kingsman. For people who haven't seen the first one, set it up. Who are the Kingsmen?
The Kingsmen are a secret organisation who work out of a tailor shop on Savile Row, and they go back generations, and basically they're a secret organisation. And their job really is to get involved when all else is lost. And in the first one, they save the world, and pretty much the second one, the task is the same.
OK, well...
much bigger.
And they're under attack. Really under attack.
It ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the 70s Bond, the Roger Moore kind of feel with the gadgets. There was kind of like A-Team feel about it. And also had like the Marvel franchise. There was kind of that super, but had a lot of heart. Now, that particular scene, it looked fairly cold, was it? Do you remember doing that one?
Do you know, that was the first scene we shot, and there was a little pre-shoot before we did the main shoot of a few days, and that was the very, very first one. And I just got back from Toronto. I've been shooting a film called Miss Sloane.
OK.
And I was quite jet-lagged and, slightly all over the place, and we were in rain. It was freezing cold, and I remember it was a tough one to pull off, but it was a great way to start.
And unlike the first film, which of course was very British, and this next film, we cross the Atlantic and we meet another kind of secret organisation with some of the American stars you were working with.
Yeah. Cleverly, Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman decided that the thing to do would be to kind of find another secret organisation. Yeah, I had most of my scenes with her.
Yeah.
I'd actually get home and she'd say, "How'd the day go?" I'd be like, "Well, it's all right, darling."
It's Hallie, innit?
And the combination of that British-American thing works really well. But some of the original cast are obviously back, including Colin Firth. It could have been awkward.
That whole sex symbol thing, because you have been for a long time. When I told people you were going to be on this show, a lot of my wife's friends, Mark's
Oh, really? Yeah. No, everyone says the same thing, don't they? It kind of doesn't mean anything to you, because you don't see yourself that way. You get up in the morning, see yourself in the mirror, the last thing you're thinking is sex symbol or anything like that. I just,
Quite nice, though, having Darcy playing second fiddle to you,
I just want to ask you, when you make a decision to do a movie, is your decision based on the director you want to work with, location, because we're having a family now and being away quite a lot, or the script? What kind of, jumps out first?
There's kind of a checklist, The character, I think, has always got to be important. If you're playing a good character, it's memorable. If the script is good and the story is good, you'll want to be involved. I find if I read something and want to get to the end, then I'll do it. Location is important, because, I do have a family, and you know, there's a little checklist of things. If the director's good, it's very important in film. Obviously, it's the director's medium, so you've got to work with people who know what they're doing.
Okay,
Well,
good
you made
crew
some
around you in this one.
great choices over the years.
Absolutely.
Great choices. Thank you.
Well, now it's time for the next leg of Matt Allright's alphabetical odyssey around the country flying.